Welcome to you all in your English class. Today I shall explain you sixth poem of your textbook, that is No Men Are Foreign, written by James Kirkup. He was an English poet, translator and travel writer. He wrote over 30 books, including autobiographies, novels, and plays. And this poem is very famous poem and is full of meaning. He tells us not to distinguish people on the basis of their appearance, religion, reason, etc. According to the poet, every member of the human race is the same. We should not consider people of other countries as strange or as foreign. People may be different in food habits, dresses, and lifestyles, but the mind and body of people are the same everywhere. All human beings are brothers. People of other countries are no different from us. So, the title of the poem is very much justified. The poet tells us that all human beings on earth are brothers and are the same. All of us need food, air, water, and clothes to cover the same kind of body. All are fed by the harvest, and after death, all are buried in the same land. It is the human being who hate others. We defile the earth. We live on by hating and fighting with one another. It is we who pollute the air that we all breathe to serve our purpose and without considering its bad impact on others. Before the paraphrasing of the poem, let me read the poem for you. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this, in which we all shall lie? They too aware of sun and air and water are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, and condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other, it is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrace the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. This is the poem. Now I shall explain it stanza wise. Let's come to stanza 1. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this, in which we all shall lie? In the first line, The poet says that no men are strange and no country is foreign. So he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no countries will be foreign. We will feel every country as our own land when there will be no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one and all the people who live on this earth belong to our human race. Then he says that inside the uniforms worn by the soldiers of different countries, the human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breathe in the same way. Then he says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and after that, we shall lie in the grave in the same earth. Let's come to the stanza second. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read, a labor not different from our own. Yes, students. How nicely the poet said here. Here, they refers to those people who belong to other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has given all the bounties to all people, also just like he has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air, and water in equal measures, which means that God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace, when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he says that the way we starve during the war and winter time in the same for those belonging to other countries. Even they don't get food at that time. So he wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. And then the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. He is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no difference in us and the people belong to another country. Let's come to the stanza third. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Yes, the explanation of this stanza is the poets ask the reader to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country whom we think to be our enemies have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength, which we can win through love. Then He says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them, and if we can understand their feelings and recognize that they are like us, then there will be no fights, no wars between us. Let's come to the stanza fourth. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. Here disposes means dislodge or deprive. Here the poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, we think as our enemy. And whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear loss. And that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing, that we all are alike. Let's come to the last stanza. It is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. Here defile means make dirty or pollute. Outrage the innocence means violate the purity of. Here the poet says that we should keep in mind that everywhere we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty, because weapon kills people and their bodies which fall on the earth make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and it make it impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse and saying that remember, no men are foreign and no country is strange. That's all. Students, in my next video, you will get literary device of the poem extra based questions and discussion of NCRT's question. Thank you.